I know the moment I go on public transport, there's ignorant people, right?
Yes.
The one time I wore a thobe on the train, there was two guys. Bro, 20 minutes of... I'm like, imagine me practicing my religion, breaking my fast, being humble, disciplined, sacrifice, gratitude. I come in a thobe and you're giving me evil looks. But I always think like, I can handle it. I can handle any of this ignorance nonsense. But I always think like, if you're a woman and you're in a hijab, how uncomfortable.
So how many of them are Muslim? You reckon?
On my dad's side, the majority, I guess. But I don't know. I don't have a relationship with them. I don't have a relationship with my dad. And on my mom's, my brother's Christian. My mom's tries to be everything. Whoever's in front of her, she'll be. If you're Christian, she'll be Christian. If you're Muslim, she'll pretend mashallah. But she doesn't really understand.
Well, probably someday. It's a process. Probably. Inshallah.
I've tried.
Oh, that's right. So on your circles, even your siblings are non-Muslim?
No.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and like my friends that I grew up with, the ones that are Muslim on paper.
Oh,
when I start to
your
say
circles?
Yeah?
Yeah, Muslim circles?
My Muslim circles are like, I don't really have any, to be honest. My Muslim...
in London?
Yeah.
I thought the growth of Muslims are one of the years there.
Do you know what it is? It's like, you know, if you, let's say in Indonesia, you go to certain parts of, like, you're a big character. Yeah. Let's say you go to a certain place and they're like, Ari's always trying to make jokes. This is Islam. This is serious. There'll be some people that they won't, they're so like tunnel vision.
Yeah.
They don't get to appreciate your entire character. Yeah. So I have brothers that are Muslim, but I wouldn't say they're close. More like associates. Since I started doing content, like the Muslim influencer community, I think they're mind blown because people have started, like, I'll follow people. They'll be like, how are you so big on you? They don't understand Indonesia as a market or a concept.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Bro, I'm telling you, Indonesia's potential in terms of, like, when we went to Istiqlal, guys from Morocco are flying into Indonesia just for Ramadan, Pakistan just for Ramadan, because for a long time they haven't seen Indonesia as a Muslim destination. They don't understand. This is why I say, like, your job and what I said at Hijra Fest is like Indonesia's power to pull people in and remind them of the deen is so big. But also, I think, like, you need to go England. I think you need to go to Europe. You can speak English. You're funny, charismatic. You need to bring that there because I think we need it.
Oh, I think if it's in London, they need some people they look up to, or probably they respect.
But look at me. I'm from London. I respect you in the same way. But you have to be able, like, everything comes in cycles. So, like, let's say, for instance, we look at Saudi. We look at Saudi sheikhs, reciters, imams, and they're on a pedestal because Mecca and Medina. So we have a love for that place already. When people come to Indonesia, they will fall in love with the place, and then you fall in love with the people that are with the place.
I see.
So if we look at, like, trends, this is my prediction, right? Market analysis is Islam is growing in Europe. People are returning to the deen a lot more, especially after the genocide. Now people are looking at ways to keep building their iman. You look at different places. Before, historically, Egypt, we go there to study in an Islamic way. But in terms of, like, hijrah and being more connected again with Islam, Indonesia is going to be, I personally think, I'm biased because I have a soft spot for Indonesia. I think Indonesia will be the next one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And we need to make the crossover more easy because, bro, there's not a lot of difference. I find it's a bit strange that, like, we only look to Saudi. Of course, our holy land. But we're not
the Holy Land, yes, probably,
but we're not. It's not exclusively the place that we look to. I think Indonesia is that place, to be honest, in my opinion.
Oh, I see.
I think next 5 years we can watch this clip.
Well, you should talk to the Ministry of Religion in Indonesia. So that's probably one of the it's a good perspective, I think. I mean, because your point of view is from outside.
Yeah,
it's going to be great. I mean, if someone from inside, probably there are some. They could think. Is there any political reason or probably any or the purpose of something? I'm talking about this, but if you from outside probably can give the input. I'm going to talk to one of our colleagues. There's a very interesting perspective. Yeah. Probably make the connection, bro. In the Indonesian ambassador in London.
I know him now. Yeah. I have him on WhatsApp.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In London?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
the
great.
Ambassador.
And make some kind of a Muslim, probably halal food fair.
Yeah.
Probably because of the eating halal food, and the non-Muslim get to know about Islam more, and then it's beautiful.
Yeah.
MashaAllah, that's a good idea. And then you can bring the last clothes for them.
Yeah. It's true though. Because I think it will inspire them.
Come on.
Yeah. I think it will inspire them. Seriously.
Come on. So, honestly, it was the first time. I mean, you have some kind of that unique gift.
Me?
Yeah.
Unique gift.
I mean, the last clothes. I mean, things like that. Because
bro, I haven't had anything like that before.
Because on the event, that was one of the items that are being bought more. Yeah. There is no repeat order, right?
Yeah.
When once you buy that clothes, you're not gonna be buying the second one, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna be the die twice. I mean, I'm gonna die twice tomorrow. Can I order one?
Yeah. In blue, you only have one color, one set for one time. Yeah.
And also with all the set of the perfume and everything. But it's Indonesian style of cemetery in kafan. I don't know with in Muslim in London. Same, right?
Yeah, it's the same.
Same, right?
It's the same.
Yeah. So it's kind of unique. Like in Indonesia, there are many kinds of muamalah. Probably a business that make we think again about our lives. There are also the property. Usually they sell houses. It sells the Muslim cemetery. Only for a Muslim cemetery, like you were in a
like real estate for Muslim cemetery.
Yes, they put it very neat, and also the facility and things like that.
Wow.
Even it's a bit controversial in the Muslim because you have to make it very humble, things like that.
Yeah.
What is very it is not very luxury things like, but they made the very smooth grass, so green.
Have you looked for you?
And they gave me the concept and the map and everything, and they have the tenant on the last event, our last event, and it's quite interesting idea. And they offered me one. I want to have your last house there.
Did you accept?
Huh?
Did you accept?
I think I already have one.
Okay.
So probably my second house if I die twice. MashaAllah, that's kind of unique. So, is that remind you that someday you're gonna use that clothes?
Yeah, but I think maybe in the last 2 years I've been more comfortable with death.
Oh.
I think I truly put my fortune and my path in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like, I think before I would always try. I love strategy. I'll be like, Waseem, if you do this, this will open this door. You can go here. You can do all the planning you want. Allah is the best of planners. You know. So I think the moment I humbled myself, I always want to work hard. I always want to improve and grow. But everything is by the will of Allah. So it takes the pressure off me. Maybe my first 25 years. I felt like I had control. When you feel like you have control, it comes with responsibility, comes with pressure. The moment you realize you're not in control, enjoy the dunya while you're here, because everything is written and you don't know, you know, like this conversation could be our last conversation. So when we have it, inshallah it's not, but when we have it is, I think there's beauty in not knowing. And that's why even with Salah, Fajr, bro, the journey to me practicing, it's been like this in stages. Okay, Waseem, first you're Muslim, do Ramadan, pray. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to, this is what they say Muslims do, so I'll copy what Muslims do, right? Then it's pray and learn, and then I'm trying to always continue to grow and tick the boxes. So then now, like with Fajr and routine, I'm like, okay, Waseem, you need to wake up. And you see like accountability as a concept. Away from religion, if you say to me, Waseem, can you do this? Bro, I'm competitive. If we go to the gym, you tell me lift this. Even if you're stronger than me, bro, in my mind, I can compete with anyone when I try my best.
Yeah.
Even with like YouTube, you will be like, this is the best storyteller documentary channel. I'll say, give me 3 months. Let me storyboard. Let me study this guy's formula. I'll compete with him. Like I have accountability in life, in this dunya. So when it comes to praying and it's time for Fajr, I'm like, why am I not flying out of this bed? Like, why is this sometimes like the challenge?
Yeah.
So I've taken that mindset back to my religion. And I'm like, bro, praying is not. But for me, growing up in London, being a Muslim that prays is seen as like, wow. You know, even amongst my friends, it's like, Waseem is like, he's a real Muslim, he prays. So even just praying puts me on a pedestal within my social circle. And they're like, wow, he prays. But bro, the accountability is something that I've brought back to religion now. And the reason is like, we don't know when we're going to be here. This is a true story. Maybe before I came to Indonesia the last time, really weird, bro. Maybe 2 days before my flight, I woke up with chest pain. Like the left side of my chest. I was like, this is strange. Like, this is not gym pain. Bro, I woke up and then I rang the ambulance. Ambulance service in UK, very slow. Like, you have to prove that you want them to come. Bro, all I thought about was, if I have a heart attack now, this is where my mind was going, I need to make wudu. Before the heart attack comes, I need to make wudu. Bro, at the time I was in my bed.
You thought you were in a heart attack?
Yeah, bro, because the pain was something that
different
I've never experienced. And the whole left side of my body, it felt heavy. So imagine the left side, it felt like 200 kilos. So even just turning in the bed, I was like, bro, it felt like there was a weight on the left side of my body. All I could think about at that time was, Waseem, please make wudu, because if you meet Allah, I want you to be clean. So bro, I like threw myself out the bed. Not like literally, I got my body like a fish. Said, before this ambulance comes, if I die, I'm making wudu. And the concept of death in that moment, it wasn't like, what if I don't get to, like, I'm going to Indonesia. What if I don't go to Indonesia tomorrow? What if this never happens? I said, this is the time, ya Allah. I didn't expect it, you know.
It could be this time.
But the only thing on my mind was make wudu. Like, and
can you make it?
Yeah, I made it. Bro, there's no way I'm going to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm going to be judged and I'm coming in dirty, bro.
Oh, mashallah.
So like but it's those sort of moments, it proves to myself, like, okay, you understand what you're here for. Because I can do this podcast with you. I can say all the nice things. Bro, pray 5 times. Fair death. If I don't believe it myself, it's irrelevant, you know. So
well, we gotta meet that kind of real situation like that. I mean, it was like I mean, the moment of practice, right? When you got that situation, probably is a test. When you got that situation, what first cross your mind? What would you do? And then you straight for the wudu, things like that. You think about Allah at that moment. Wow,
bro, I have a story. So, and this is why, like, especially with like this podcast, I really want to show people, like, building your iman. It's gonna come with tests that you don't understand, but you have to trust the process, like through the good and the bad. So 2 Ramadans ago, I went to Istanbul. And the Ramadan before, I was like, yeah, I love Turkish food. The mosques are beautiful. And I went there, and the first day I went to Istanbul, I rang my best friend. I said, bro, something's a bit strange. Like, the energy is a bit strange. And I've been before, beautiful city. And he was like, why? I said, I don't know, bro. Something feels so weird. So anyway, first I get in a taxi. If you know Istanbul, taxi drivers, hustlers, like, nothing's ever straightforward. Not like Indonesia. Like, they see a tourist, they see dollar signs.
I see.
So I said to the guy, are you gonna go with taxi meter or are you gonna hustle me? Be honest with me first. Yeah?
Step forward.
Yeah, you have to be. Like, so I said, are you gonna hustle me or are you gonna go? He's like,
is that rude?
Bro, especially
for the Turkish.
No.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I think you have to be direct because, bro, in that sort of, especially Istanbul, this isn't the whole of that culture, but bro, the hustle is intense, and they know, like they prepare for it.
Oh,
so it's like a complete contrast to Indonesia, where like people are transparent, you know. So we get inside the taxi, starts driving. Then he says, meter's not working.
He said?
Yeah. Like, meter's not working.
Wow.
I said, okay, hustler, let me out. Let me out. Like, he's like, no. So he locked the door. But I just had a night flight and I'm fasting. So I'm tired, bro. But I think out of principle, you can't win. Because you're a liar.
Yes.
You're a liar, yeah? So I said to him, like, let me out. He's like, you need to give €5. He hasn't drove anywhere. He says minimum fare, like €5, 50 lira, whatever. And I said, no. Why? You know, like, especially Turkish culture is very loud.
Yeah.
So if you go there, it's like, like all of that stuff. So then I thought, you know what, I'm tired. It's not worth my energy now. Take the money and just let me out because I'm tired.
You gave the money?
I gave the money because
you don't want any argument.
No, at some point it's costing me more to argue with you in my mental,
cost your energy more.
My energy, and I'm fasting, bro. It's Ramadan, and my biggest thing is like, don't allow someone to trick you out of your position. Yeah, like we know who we are. So if someone makes us get angry to the point of where it's out of character, frequency. Yeah, we've been tricked because this is not who we are normally. So anyway, I get out the car and I said, you know what? I'm not getting in another taxi in this city because I need to enjoy my Ramadan. I'm here for worship. And so I buy the public transport card. Okay, bro, I'm so excited because I get to pray in Turkish masjid. So I remember I'm in Taksim Square. Yeah, busy square. I'm walking up the escalator for the azan. I'm like, oh my god. Remember, in London there's no azan. So, yeah. So I'm in the escalator. Can hear the azan calling me. I'm coming. As I'm going up the escalator, someone comes in front of me. Someone comes behind me, and they like sandwich me. They take my phone so fast.
Oh,
pickpocket. So same day. Okay, same day. Yallah, you're testing me. Now the phone's gone. Ramadan.
It's gone.
Bro, by the time I understood what happened, there's 10,000 people in front of me. Taksim Square is a busy square.
Yes.
I don't have a clue.
Which one?
Yeah. It's gone. It's gone. So then I'm like, Yallah, you're testing me. You know, first taxi driver. Now this guy. So I said, I'll go to the police station and I've got insurance. It's annoying, but I've got insurance. I go on Google. The police station, 1 star. Yeah, the police station, 1-star review. Don't go to this station. Bro, so many things. So I go to the police station. I wait about 2 hours. There's a Scottish Turkish guy who's at a restaurant. I take him with me. I said, brother, can you translate for me? Someone took my phone. He said, okay, come. So we go there. I'm explaining the story. You know, this happened. Then the Scottish guy is like, I need to leave. I said, okay, bro, you're fasting as well. Thank you for coming. Bro, when the guy leaves, doors close, all these officers come in. But they come in this direction. So I'm thinking like, who's behind me? Like, what's this for? Come for me. So they're like, terrorist. I said, where? They said, you. I said, tourist. Not tourist. Not terrorist. Yeah, tourist. Bro, next thing you know, like, and I think it's like a Turkish prank show. So I'm looking for some camera, like, okay, you're trying to do some joke with me, yeah? Bro, no joke, yeah? So next thing, bro, I have like some tracksuit with like some strings, drawstrings in my tracksuit. Bro, they pull the string from my tracksuit. So I'm like, whoa, this is serious. Like, you guys really think that you're arresting someone, right? So anyway, bro, we're doing some wrestling. They take me to a cell. So I'm still waiting for the camera to come out. Haha, we got you. Bro, no camera. I go inside this cell. There's like 15 people. Drug addicts, thieves, people with no papers.
Oh my God.
Bro, no bed, no mattress. I'll describe the cell for you. You go inside, bars. There's like partition, bars, but you can come out and you can change. No bed, no pillow, no cigarette on the floor.
Oh,
so I'm in there now. Open my eyes. Okay, looking around, bro. There's people staring at me, and I'm like, any minute now they're gonna come and say, "Joke's over," or "We made a mistake." Yeah, I'm so waiting.
Camera on.
Yeah, well, camera on, right? 1 hour goes by. Start thinking like, okay. And then there's some Syrian boys inside. This is just after the earthquake. Remember the big earthquake in Turkey and Syria? These young boys, they come up to me and they're like, "What did you do? Like, why are you in prison?"
In English?
Yeah, English. Like really good English. Like, "Why are you in prison?" I said, "Someone stole my phone." They're like, no, tell the truth. Like, why are you here? I said, "Someone stole my phone." And then they said, we heard the guy. We're going to get transferred tomorrow. Transferred.
Where?
I said, "Yeah, like who?" He said, You. Me? He's like, "Yeah, to the big facility. You need to go to the one where they keep like criminals, because it takes 2 weeks to get a court date for trial." Thinking, Ya Allah, what? Like, bro, it doesn't feel real. But this is the thing. And then I went to the police guard. I said, "I can hear the azan for Fajr." I said, "I need to pray. Where's the which way is the Kaaba?" The guy said to me, "Allah doesn't exist." I said,
"Oh my God."
Whoa.
Oh.
So I said, "Okay." But even in this time, bro, after about 6 hours, they've called me. So I think finally finished. No, bro. They give me this. Oh, sorry, I'll put this back. Mugshot. DNA, bro. And from their behavior, I start to think like, you guys really think you've got a criminal, you know? Like the energy is, yes. Bro, my head is like, okay. But in that moment, the guy said 2 weeks. Bro, I'm not scared of prisons. Like, we're in this cell, 15 people. Whatever test is going to come, we'll deal with it. Not to sound like hard man, action man, but we can only deal with what's in front of us. So that's the mindset. And then, okay, 2 weeks. So in my head, I'm preparing mentally for 2 weeks. Said tomorrow I'll do geography in my head. Next day, push-ups, this YouTube strategy. Like, I've got 2 weeks of itinerary in my head to prepare myself mentally for this, right? Bro, after about 36 hours, they call me out. "Sorry, bro, we made a mistake." And I was like, "What do you mean?" They're like, yeah, we made a mistake. I was like, no. But this time, bro, I'm bitter. Like, I'm angry, right? Because I feel like you robbed me of my Ramadan. But also, bro, self-respect. I'm not a criminal. I've never been to a police station. And I always stand on the fact that if you're someone with integrity and good morals, you should make that be your shield. We don't go to sleep thinking we've done something wrong. We go to sleep at peace with ourselves. Long story. So then I left that prison and I said, when I go back to the UK, I'm going to tell them, you know, like, British citizen, you're getting arrested. Like,
why do you go to the embassy?
Bro,
Turkey.
At that point, I have no trust in anything in front of me, bro. Because for me, my trust has been broken for the fact that I went to a prison for someone stealing my phone. So my judgment at that point is like, I don't know who to trust
anymore. Even in the embassy.
Bro, even in the embassy. Like, at that point, all I want to do is like, just get out of that country. And I had my ticket wasn't for another 2 days. But this is the crazy part. So the Scottish guy who came with me, they told him, this guy is a terrorist. You need to leave. So
that guy?
Yeah. So the Scottish guy, he left because they told him, you need to leave because this guy, you don't know who he is. When he's left, the Scottish guy has gone back to where I'm staying, like the restaurant. He said, guys, the Waseem guy, the really nice guy, terrorist. So when I've come out of prison and I'm walking back to my apartment, everyone's looking at me like, it's him. He's the guy that got arrested. So, bro, I'm walking around like, I've come here for Ramadan.
Why didn't you just confront the Scottish guy?
But what can he do, bro? He's known me for 2 days. Like he doesn't really know who I am. In his head, he might believe it, you know?
You show your account, I mean your Instagram or probably your YouTube channel.
Bro.
It's going to be a lot different.
Yeah.
You can reveal who you are.
Yeah, but bro, you know, in that moment, people, if they want to believe something, it takes more than just an account or something to change their mind.
If you were a terrorist, you're not going to reveal yourself in social media, right?
And what terrorist goes to a police station to say someone stole my phone?
Yes, of course. But you went to the Scottish guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I heard so many things happening, if I'm mistaken, so many things happening in the Taksim. When it was like bombing happening there. And the suspect is Kurdish, Kurdish group, communism, things like that. If I'm not mistaken, I just wrote that. And then it's they're circling around Taksim.
Yeah, and you know the thing is, it's like when we look at how we treat people, even as the message of this is, it really opened my eyes to like nationalism. You know, like. Because as Muslims, whenever like for instance, when I come to Indonesia and I give Salaam Alaikum, you feel the exchange of respect.
Yes.
But that's because people have Iman. Yeah. Salaam Alaikum doesn't have any weight if you don't have Iman.
You have Assalamu Alaikum as well in Turkey, right?
Yeah, but if you don't have Iman,
I see.
And it's
I got your
point.
Point.
It's not to say that Turkish people don't have Iman, because they do. But there's going to be certain people you meet along the way, and that for me was a real eye opener, because their justification was, they said they thought I was someone from Afghanistan. My passport's British. My name is one of the most common names in the world.
Yes.
Like in Southeast Southern Asia. So the excuse didn't make sense. But at that moment, again, another life lesson.
Yeah.
Like with the bed story and with the prison story, I said, wow, like I didn't feel scared. And those are the things that really remind me that my Iman is, I'm doing the right investment.
Yeah.
Because they're the sort of situations. Because at first, bro, I thought, Ya Allah, I've come to Istanbul to do Ramadan in a masjid. Like,
Istanbul is like a Muslim symbol, right?
Yeah, and for Europe especially, bro, it's 3 hours. Yeah. It's really close from London. But I didn't understand. I was like, Ya Allah, what test is this? Like, I've been good. Like, I've been on deen. Like, I don't deserve this, you know? But the truth is, that lesson, it really allowed me to have perspective. And, bro, I don't know. Like, it sounds silly, but prove to me my Iman is real. Because I can tell you, like, bro, I'm a Muslim. We don't really know what's inside people. Yeah. We don't. And those situations test us. And it proves to ourselves. It allows us to prove us to ourselves.
Yeah, probably one of the things that you could measure your Iman, how you could you could be so have a husnul zan. You have the good side of what do you call it? Expectation. Yeah, you have the good expectation. Muslim guy is gonna be a good guy, things like that. Then you have your good expectation.
Yeah.
And someone new that you know that he's Muslim, he's a good guy. I mean, he's a husnul zan, right?
Yeah.
But it turned out that Islam is perfect, but Muslim is not.
Yeah.
And that lesson is very expensive lessons. Yeah, it could be worse. It could be better than that, but it could be worse. I mean, after that, probably you can. Not easy to judge if it's Muslim. I mean, the good guy is all Muslim.
But you know, I think for me, and this is what Indonesia taught me, is that you can see the trait. For me personally, you can see the traits of a Muslim without even speaking. Sometimes, you know, even if you salam, bro, you know that small gestures, you can feel it. But when I left that situation, I'll be so honest, bro. My pride was hurt because I was like,
you don't respect it.
Yeah, like, how dare you? Like, and when I went back to the UK, I spoke to some like government people about it, and they said like, forget about it. And I was like, how? But this is the thing that bothered me. It wasn't necessarily about me, because I think, like, you know, Allah doesn't give you with more than you can bear. Like in terms of testing. But their justification was your name. So it's racism. It's racism. It's Islamophobia by Muslims, allegedly, to Muslims. But I thought, imagine if you're like a random Pakistani kid, like teenager, and you go to Istanbul with full of dreams, and then you get put in that situation. I'm thinking more about the next people. So I was like, give me reassurance that this won't happen to the next guy. But this is system design, bro.
I mean, they can instantly rob the expectation, good expectation, everything about Turkey or things like that. But I'm not saying generally as a Turkey is that bad. I mean,
no, the country is beautiful, hospitality, culture, beautiful, but just my one experience.
Probably there's some Indonesian that bad as well, but you haven't met them yet. But Allah permit you to meet the good guy. At this moment. And then probably when you're in Turkey, you met the wrong one. Probably someday. It was like a lesson. I mean, I think Islam is. Allah always give us so many lessons. Like you said when you talking about subuh, probably praying. I think it's only religion that teach us how to be disciplined, right? You have to wake up in the morning, and the time is limited. I don't know what you did before. You haven't slept or everything. It's time to wake up. You wake up. And you cross the time is gonna be the time is finished and things like that. It was like the punctual and the discipline is there in the religion. So sometimes you said that many Muslims then they don't practice the
basics,
or probably they don't really know Islam as the beauty or probably the value, the real value of Islam. Well, that is the picture of all of Islam in the general media. I think they capture that kind of side of Islam. They don't really know exactly what Islam is.
But I think, correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's a hadith, and it says Allah won't grant ease to the ummah until the ummah fix themselves. And like,
you're not gonna be better if you don't change yourself, right?
Like he won't change for us if we don't change for him first. And like the biggest thing for me is not feeling like a hypocrite. Like you look at Palestine, we look at all of these issues, and how can I, knowing what I know, miss Salah, knowing what our brothers and sisters are going through? So it's not even necessarily about for you. It's also about like, how do you feel about something? Because you'll get two types of people. One that will be like, I feel sorry for them, free Palestine. They put their headphones back on, they continue with their day. And then like boycott. And these things, they won't boycott, they won't pray, but of course, free Palestine, free Palestine. And for me, like, I need to make sure with my heart, if I mean it, you see some level of consistency, because I don't want to be a hypocrite to me. I don't want to feel like a fake guy to myself. It's not a good feeling. And ultimately, like this quote, it was, if you don't think about the oppressed as a Muslim as the first thing you do and the last thing you do, then it takes you out of the fold of Islam. So, bro, as a Muslim, there's guidance that comes. We can't be selfish. We can't just think about ourselves. So, Salah and understanding what Muslims are going through is an obligation. It can't be the selfish Muslim. It doesn't exist. The selfish Muslim doesn't exist. But when we look at the times now, everything is like, how do you feel? Harry, what about you? I can understand myself, but it doesn't need to be about me. As a Muslim, it's never about me, But 2025, for a lot of people, they want to be main character. In Islam, there's one main character. Allah. We're not the main character.
We're the servant.
Exactly. Servant. And I'm always trying to think like, how can we spark the fire again? Because I'm sure all Muslims have a level of iman. And I always think like, what's the spark? Because the more people that pray, the more people that worship, better the world will be for everyone.
I think what happened to you probably is the lesson that this kind of things happen every day in Gaza. Yeah, when you could just randomly pick up guys and put it on jail. Yeah. They are being punished just because they're Gazans.
Yeah.
Because they're Palestinian. They didn't do something wrong, right? Oh, because your face is you're Palestinian. You have to go. I mean, they just randomly pick you up because of you. Sometimes like probably you have Middle East thing. You Middle East blood. They probably he's a spy or things like that.
Yeah.
Oh, probably the Scottish guy that you met. He's a spy as well. I mean, he has the obligation to search this guy, things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, on the police station, this guy got a suspicion about somebody. Okay, you get the tip. Probably, I don't know. Oh, I'm not gonna sue on. I'm not gonna sue on. But that kind of thing is unpredictable.
Yeah.
As a Muslim, we have to be ready for everything.
Yeah.
Right? Even though Turkey is a Muslim country, I didn't expect that kind of thing
Neither
happen.
did I, bro. And honestly, like I've grown up with. There's a big Turkish community in London. Bro, amazing people, rich history, delicious food. You know, beautiful masjids.
Yeah.
When it happened to me, I was like, I love this place.
Yeah.
But this doesn't make sense. So there's like conflict. And then someone said to me like, oh, you're not going to go back to Istanbul again. I said, why not?
No, come on. It's some guy, not every Turkey like
exactly.
That. Yeah.
And I said like, the reality is the line, when you know your heart is clean, I don't change. People that have wrong intentions, they need to reform. Me, I go where I want. Yeah.
You're not gonna be changed by somebody outside.
And bro, I look at it now. Alhamdulillah, it happened to me, bro. I'm grateful for that experience because again, like the bed story, you don't know how you're gonna behave in those situations. I could give you the tough guy. Ari, if they put me in Turkish jail, I'll fight everyone. It will be like an action movie.
Oh, really?
But until it happens, you don't know how you behave, you know. So the lesson it taught me, like Waseem, you go there, and bro, like I was at peace. I was like, okay, Allah's doing something to me. I don't understand it.
It's prohibited. By Allah.
I didn't like it, but it's not. I'm not in control. And those situations, I think, it took some time, bro. Maybe like 4 or 5 months. I was angry. I was in the gym. It's like, and then, bro, after like 5 months, I said, Alhamdulillah, that happened. Because, bro, it builds your iman. And you look at like, I'm not even comparing my iman to Palestinians, but you look at Palestinians, how strong their iman is based on their hardships. You know,
they keep steadfast in that kind of situation. It's 1,000 more than Hiroshima's, probably Nagasaki, the one who put bombs. Only 1,000 tons of bombs, and Gaza is 85,000 tons of bombs. Can you imagine that? They're still there. They keep their land safe, even though they have to be shattered,
and they still pray. So look at us. We have everything. Do you want to pray? I'm tired today. It's embarrassing, bro. The contrast between like going through war and being oppressed, and you still find the time to pray and love your religion. We have everything in the dunya, and we're not praying. Bro, how?
It's an irony, I think. Sometimes. And talking about Turkey, I think Turkey was the symbol of tolerance. When we heard the story of Muhammad Al-Fatih, you heard that? Muhammad Al-Fatih, the Turkish was Constantinople was the Catholic or things like that, Catholic church, and they're being crushed by the Crusade, and the one who saved that is Muhammad Al-Fatih, is a Muslim, and they conquered the Hagia Sophia. Hagia Sophia.
Oh, this is Fatih Sultan Mehmed.
Fatih Sultan Mehmed, Muhammad Al-Fatih. When he conquered the Hagia Sophia, he said that you can praise any god that you want. We're not gonna bother you. If somebody bothers you,
tell us.
Me, myself, and our people will handle that. So
So
every religion can live in peace.
absolutely.
At the moment, and even the Catholic people, they tend to be with the Muhammad Al-Fatih guy rather than the Crusade, because when the Crusade came in, they slaughtered everybody. So when the Muslim came, they changed a lot. They changed everything to the better way, and it becoming a bit, the hidayah is a different perspective about the slanders of Muslim, that they thought the Muslims, they are eating people. And after that, Europe see as the Muslim being seen as what do you call it, the light, and 13th centuries.
But that's what, like, if you apply that logic till modern times, like Muslims, you know, when people say like, Islam is perfect but the Muslim is not, but as Muslims, and it's not even pressure, but like what I said to you is, we should be able to tell a Muslim without many words, because your actions are like the traits of a Muslim and Sunnah, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Like, we can see the characteristics, and if we want to show people how beautiful our religion is, how peaceful our religion is, then we need to take some responsibility, you know, like when you're doing something, I'm also a Muslim. Not only for your own personal gain, let people realize, because with that, if you have 2 billion people acting respectfully, tolerance, then the rest of the world, the media slander can't work. You know, because for now, you see with the 0.0001% of negative people, they will make that into 10% or 20% in media representation.
They can put as 100%
and glorify it. So we all have a responsibility, like the Muslim on the street, the Muslim in the mosque. Like, we're going to be accountable for our actions. We've been given the guidance. It's not like we're all here with no manual. We have the manual. Learn the basics, because that's what will bring peace, and also that's what will bring more respect on our religion, similar to what you said. You know, because I can't think of a modern time story like the one you just told me.
Because media is get a very high influence. I mean, I think what you did is, like, even though in the vlog or lifestyle things like that, I can feel that the beauty of Islam, and you share without telling any sunnah or telling any ayah or things like that. They share the world, how Islam is lovely and things like that. I mean, we have to thankful for your content and things like that. Mostly put the contents on Indonesia, and we can see that the love atmosphere is going on in your content. When I see the draft that you showed me, mashallah, you're promoting the beauty of Islam. Even though I know that when on the process you made some challenges, probably you made some obstacles along the way. But you choose to share what's beautiful.
Because, bro, it's not about viral. It's not about views. It's about integrity, bro. You know, when we die, all of these things. Bro, I was on the plane. Someone on the way here. You will know this, but I didn't know this, right? If somebody gives you information and you don't ask them the source of the information, and then I tell somebody else, I'm a liar for not validating what you told me. So if you say to me, the guy outside is a thief, and I don't say to you, how do you know? And then if I don't say it and I say, guys, that guy is a thief. In Islam, I'm a liar because I didn't question where the information came from. So this guy, he told me, he's like, on the plane, he was going to do Umrah. He said, bro, Muslims, we're thinkers. We have to think. Like, we have to validate. We can't just take information and accept it as the truth.
There's a cross check.
We have to do it. And I'm like, really? My religion has this built in? He's like, of course. I'm like, whoa. Bro, so when I hear stuff like this, I'm like, whoa. Like, this religion gives me everything, bro. Because even now, like, fake news. How much people believe fake news on the algorithm?
Yeah, of course.
But, bro, factory settings of a Muslim? How? Prove it. Before I store it in my brain, prove it. Subhanallah, bro. Like, it's
Tabayun, Mashallah. This is complete. Even though we learn, even the scholars been years learning about Islam, every day they have new lessons in Islam. Even one of my teachers, he could memorize every part of the ayah, in every page, in every, I mean, even a dot. He knew exactly where the spot is. But every day he opened up the Quran, he found something new. It's limitless, he said. He said that this is really a miracle. The miracle that is not just splitting the ocean and things like that is even bigger.
Yeah.
This book is talking about the world and the universe, and this is the source of millions of books that around the world. This is the only book that are being sourced by millions of books. Now other books like this as the reference, you can see there are so many about science that refers to Islam, things like that. So many hadith, so many the scholars writing about it. The source is this only book, and he said that if it is not miracles, what is it then? If it is not if Allah is not, if it's not God, you can imagine that every second people say the name of Allah. You can say that the adhan, when the world moves, every second they change times in 24 hours. Every second there's some adhan in somewhere. Crazy. So when the time there's no adhan, probably they're at the end of the world. Said that.
Yeah.
Wow, mashallah.
Yeah. I think like for me personally, I look at my life without Islam because the majority of my life was without Islam. When I look at that, I'm like, how, like my understanding and perception of the world, the contrast between with Islam with purpose and without, I'm like, you lost boy. You know, when I look at that period, bro, I didn't have a clue about anything. My perception was very one-dimensional. And like, alhamdulillah, you know, when you see the light, you look back and you're like, and the light becomes more and more beautiful. You know, people say like, oh, I had the moment where the pin dropped. But when that pin drops, it doesn't just stop dropping there, you know, until we die. Our religion becomes more and more beautiful. And for me, bro, like, it's the only thing that really warms my soul, and it will never stop. As long as I'm on this planet, my love for Islam and learning for Islam will continue to grow. And it's the only thing that can give me that feeling, you know.
That's beautiful. MashaAllah.
Yeah.
Do you have this kind of talk with your friend in London?
No.
No. I mean, I wonder why. I mean, you have so many beautiful perspective about Islam, but you don't have this circles that probably you can share.
Yeah, bro, I swear to you, identity, religion, it's so complicated.
Even though there's not written on the rule, there's still racism.
Bro, it's not, bro. Even I just think, let me try and give you the context. So, let's say in 2025 now, and there's many amazing Muslims in London and a great community also. But my immediate circle and environment are either people that are not religious or they have the perspective of, as long as you believe in something is enough. But that's just a sentence, you know. So when people, or there's the narrative of just believe in something.
See.
But what do we believe in? What's the manual? What's the guidance? Because, and this is what I say to people, and I use myself as an example. I can sit here today and be like, this is what I do. This is my perspective. Bro, in 5 months, I could have a different perspective. Humans are always changing. So don't put the bank on me because I'm not perfect and I'm always evolving. So we need the guarantor, which is Islam. Islam gives us the guidance to keep going. And I think when I share like my perspective on Islam with many people around my immediate circle, they're not in the same space. Like in terms of loving religion. I'd say. So, you know, if I had a conversation with someone, you could feel it. So if you talk about like, you know, we need to improve, or we need to do this, or like, have you thought about this? It's like, okay. And it doesn't really come back with anything. So I don't really share.
It's not really interest them about talking about that.
Bro, it's a bit like you get put in the religious guy box.
I see. You know? Yeah, it was like what do you call it? Being being marked.
Yeah.
I see.
And I think for me, if I'm being honest, it hurts only because I love Islam, right? So, and I love, and I can see I can say the same thing for a Christian, someone who loves their religion. Like when you have this thing which you think is the most beautiful thing ever, then you put it on the table, and it's like that's not beautiful.
Oh, then it hurt a lot.
Then I don't want to bring it on the table again because this is my everything, you know. So I think from experience with the conversations and the people in my environment, I think it's safer, or it feels better for me to hold back and then be a leader with action.
Yes, Islamophobia made some real Muslims not really have the self-confidence in showing that they are Muslims, right?
Yeah, and bro, sometimes I think it's by design. You know, we look at the history. Like even for me, after 9/11, I didn't want any association with Islam because I'm like, I don't want to be a terrorist. Just because I'm Muslim, I have to. I don't want and even though I still got the extra searches in the airport, the extra profiling, I was like, I'm not going to make this worse by like telling people I'm Muslim. You know, I was like, like not like I was that guy, like, not for me. And then you look at like ISIS 10 years later, 20 years later, then it's like now, like let's say the people that were part of that, they came from London. So let's say like there was people there from London that went to join. So now imagine with like 9/11, you can say, okay, I don't know any of those guys. We have no similarities, like no similar characteristics. Now with ISIS, all of a sudden it's like there's London guys there. You're from London. Are you Muslim? So then it's like, nope, I don't want no part of that as well. So all of those things subconsciously, it pushes people away from the deen, you know. And that's why I think there's a lot of people now, they're so far away and the distance has been created is so big. So coming back, hopefully, inshallah, everyone comes back and has the moment. But I think the distance is really, really big.
So I can probably predict how do you feel when it comes to the last riot, what happens. It just happens and people point it at Muslims before they're checking, before they doing the cross check and everything. The one who did the murder is a Muslim. Just that, and then the riot, boom.
Bro, it's so sad because I love especially London, bro. For me, London's one of the greatest places on earth, bro. Because there's so much culture that makes the city. Like London has to be the most multicultural, diverse melting pot. And bro, it's my home, you know, like this is where I learn everything. And then seeing these things outside, because before the internet, we don't know if people are racist in the north of England. We don't see it, right? Now when we're seeing the double standards on the internet in a place which is like home. And I had some Indonesian followers, students, DM'd me, said, Waseem, I'm scared. And I was like, don't be scared, bro. It's like, really? Like, bro, I'm scared. I don't want to leave my house. Like, is it safe? I'm meant to be having a bus to London from this city. Like, is it safe? I said, if you want, call me, I'll come and meet you. I said, don't be scared of anything. Because, like I said, when your heart's clean, I'm not scared of any racist. You're the ignorant, not me. But it hurt. And I know, especially like many British Muslims, in that moment, we were like, we really don't feel like we fit. And it's the first time that some of us was like, because bro, for me, I could handle myself. But I always fear for women in hijab. Because like that open iftar event I showed you in London. Bro, normally when I wear a thobe for Jummah, I'm in the car. I drive to my Jummah, I get out, I'm back in the car. But I know the moment I go on public transport, there's ignorant people, right?
Yes.
The one time I wore a thobe on the train, there was two guys. Bro, 20 minutes of... I'm like, imagine me practicing my religion, breaking my fast, being humble, disciplined, sacrifice, gratitude. I come in and though, and you're giving me evil looks. But I always think like, I can handle it. I can handle any of this ignorance nonsense. But I always think like, if you're a woman and you're in a hijab, how uncomfortable.
Yes.
Like, and
every day. Every day.
Okay.
So I think this kind of situations, I mean, the people who lives in dunya, their God is I mean, the real God is money.
Yeah.
Even though you wear a top, but you're billionaire and you giving away money, you're not gonna be having an evil look.
Yeah.
Because their God, you're holding their God.
Yeah. That's true.
Now that's
so true. Because the perception of like, let's say, when people go to Dubai, it's luxurious, it's Dubai, Arab money, Ferraris. Dubai, like, you will get people that are Islamophobic, but they will go to Dubai because they see money.
Yes.
So it's a good point.
Yeah, so it was like it was challenge for Muslim. If you want to get respect from others, prove yourself, maximum capacity, make most money, and give them as a charity.
Yeah.
In front of the face.
No, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
So the Muslim, you have to be rich. I mean, it's a motivation for everybody.
Yeah,
you have to be.
You have to be somebody.
Somebody.
Yeah,
you can move people. I mean, I read the Al-Kaf.
Yeah.
When they said if you read Al-Kaf every Jummah, you have. I mean, the fitna. The Dajjal fitna, the end of the world, is going to be, you're going to be, what do you call it? Apa ya namanya? Menentang apa namanya? Menangkal ya. And you're going to be the winner above that fitna.
Yeah.
In the end of the world. And the Al-Kaf consists of 4 parts. The youngsters for the Al-Kaf people, and then Zulkarnain, it means the health, the wealth, and then the gardens mean the Zulkarnain means the power of government, and the garden means the wealth, somebody that's so wealthy, and the Moses and the Nabi siapa namanya? Nabi Musa dan Nabi Khidir, the Moses and Khidir resembles the ilm, the education. So if people who's youngsters, all of the young people, Muslim in the world, you are young, you are powerful in a situation, then you are wealthy, and you have ilmu, education, you can conquer the world.
The formula.
The formula is only my perspective. I mean, it could be wrong. It could be wrong. It could be wrong. But probably this
is true.
The truth in the end of the world, the fitna, if we can conclude with these 4 parts, inshallah, is the motivation. So we go back to before we go to the closing part, and I believe that probably this kind of conversation is not really happening in your real life.
Yeah.
Even though your close friend don't know that you are a YouTuber.
Yeah.
You are influencers.
Yeah.
Or probably you're talking about Islam.
Yeah.
Right. Or even they don't know you're talking about football.
No.
They don't know.
No.
Would you hide this kind of identity?
No, it's not hiding. I think like for me, if you understand that you're doing the right thing. So for instance, like football.
Yeah.
Indonesia, I love it because it's about representation. It's about passion. It's about togetherness. So my love for TIMNAS is still an extension of the people. It starts with the people, and then the fairy tale journey is a bonus.
Yeah.
You know, so I think there's bridging the gap between, for instance, like Europe and Indonesia. People need to understand the selling points. So people that have their destinations, Dubai, whatever, wherever they go, they need to firstly, like, if you feel like you're going to be welcomed, it's more of a selling point to go. So with football, the respect and love from the TIMNAS Indonesian people, for me, is something that I want to share with the world. And football allows me to do that.
Yes.
So in my content, I always try to interact with people.
Yeah.
Always first, because people are. If you go somewhere and you know that the people are going to welcome you, you're more likely to go. If you go somewhere and you think, I don't know them, or people will think, I need to go to Bali because I need people that speak English.
Yeah.
But if they see my content and they're like, Waseem doesn't speak Bahasa properly, or like at all, and he still communicates with them, they still smile with him, he's fine, then it's like, let's go Jakarta, let's go to this village, let's go to this place, because Waseem does it, he doesn't have any problems. So I think some things are beyond, like with my friends and my immediate circle, they don't understand it, because it's like, but why? Like, and so it's the same thing with like the conversations I have. If the person that you're having the conversation with, their headspace isn't with that, then I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time.
Yes.
So like one day I will tell them, but I just don't think it adds any value to the mission.
Yeah. So you don't waste your time,
Yeah.
You don't have to waste your time in explaining what is it. It was like yourself, probably like Islam. You want to do something. Sometimes they're just asking to disgrace it. I mean, you don't really want to know. Yeah, things like that.
And it's like surface level thinking.
Yeah. So when you're in Indonesia and you know about Indonesia, a little bit about the football and everything, and you're in the process of knowing that even the football in Asia, there's some politics inside as well. That we love the previous coach,
Shin Tae-yong.
Shin Tae-yong, and then suddenly being replaced. We don't know what is exactly the reason behind it. Yeah, even though we respect the particular effort, we have so much hope for Indonesian football in front. What do you want to say about that? When the thing that happened,
I think these games coming up, Bahrain and Australia, I understand. The first thing is, I think Indonesian people's love for football is so underrated and underrepresented on the world scale because the team hasn't been successful. So people always think like the best supporters, England, Brazil, like all the successful teams, people know about their supporters. So because Indonesia hasn't succeeded on the world stage, people don't know about TIMNAS fans, which for me are like the best in the world, right? So this moment there's high stakes. Like it's such a big deal, right? So if you win these two games, Bahrain, Australia, Indonesia's going to the World Cup.
Oh, inshallah.
Like inshallah, like it's close.
Yes.
And I understand it's closer than ever before. You have a team that's winning. Like at a good level. So for a nation that's never been there, it's high stakes. I think from a neutral perspective, right? Football managers that are ex-players, it can either go really well or really bad. So we have like Gerrard, Lampard, incredible legends,
incredible players.
But their transition hasn't been as smooth as Pep Guardiola or Mikel Arteta at Arsenal. You know,
even Pep Guardiola is not really that glory in the era of his as become players, right?
Yeah, he was big, but not like maybe not as iconic as like Gerrard. But so there's always the question mark. Does it go this way? Does it go this way? I think from what I saw of Shin Tae-yong, he done well with the squad that he had. The sacking surprised me. I didn't expect it to happen. But if Indonesia get to the World Cup, then it's genius. If they don't, then we can look at the decision and say, was it right? But the China game where we lost in China, I was like, how?
Oh yeah.
Because I think like we should have won, and also the Bahrain game, the referee, 100% the referee.
Even on the game, there's politics.
Bro, those countries, you go to Qatar, Bahrain, they have a lot of stoppage time, like a lot of extra time. And then all of a sudden the other team scores, final whistle. Like, it's common.
It's common in there.
Yeah, bro, I've seen it in a lot of games.
Oh.
So, I think let's have a conversation after these two games. And then it will either be genius or it will be, we don't know. But this game coming up is going to be one of the craziest games.
Yes.
Not only, Ramadan, but the history with Bahrain.
Yes.
The netizens went crazy with the referee from the last game.
And the drama inside.
The drama. Because, and like when I've seen the comments from the netizens, bro, people DM me, are you from Bahrain? Like, netizens. Like, that's how, like, bro, the campaign was so strong. Like, they want to find out who's from Bahrain.
Yeah.
They want to do their research. Some guy, are you from Bahrain? No, bro. Are you sure? Bro, look at my profile. I support the same team as you. But, bro, this could be one of the biggest moments in history for Indonesia.
Of course. The drama about the coach also got to be
it's part of the story, bro. Bro, I don't know how to feel.
So the prediction, Indonesia, Australia. Bit tough, Australia, of course.
0-0.
0-0.
Yeah. I think the Stars have a... The Stars have a line for Indonesia to make this World Cup because Australia's on a decline.
Yes.
Before superpower of Asian football, they're on a decline. Indonesia's on an incline. So we could meet them at the time where we should beat them. Personally, I think we should beat them. But 0-0. I'll take 0-0. Bahrain game, people are thinking it will be easier because of how good the first game was. But Bahrain just won the Gulf Cup. So like like them, Iraq, like a few nations, they had a small...
Against Saudi as well?
I think Saudi was in there, but they didn't play their strongest team.
I see.
But they had a competition, and I'm sure Bahrain won.
Bahrain, he's the winner now.
Yeah, of that competition. So I think they're coming with some form into this tournament, and
it's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough. But as long as we're not complacent, we beat Bahrain and we draw with Australia, and I think
Bahrain, the score prediction
2-1.
2-1. 2-1. We have 3 new players naturalization. 3 new players naturalization. What do you want to say about that?
I think talent-wise, it's improving. I think before the strategy was getting players with high potential. So players that are almost at like first team level. Now we're seeing like the strategy is aggressive. Give me the best players possible, senior level, not potential, senior players. So a lot of the players that have come in recently, they're all established professionals, not potential. So the squad is going to be strong.
Yes.
Because we saw there's even a new goalkeeper that plays in Serie A.
Martin Pes.
No, there's a new one. Like Martin Pes has done an incredible job since he's come in. But the strategy is so aggressive. They went and got a keeper who's playing in like Italian league, Serie A. Who's a starter, like big guy. So they're not happy with just having 11 good players. Now, even more aggressive, more established. It's just time. I think the time could be perfect or it could be too soon.
Oh, can't wait.
Yeah, it could
be.
So
when is again Australia? Will you be there or watch it from Indonesia?
I'll watch it from Indonesia. I'll be in Lombok to watch that.
Wow, Masya Allah. Teman-teman yang di Lombok sebentar lagi akan ketemu dengan Waseem karena akan ke sana. Oh yeah, this is a very interesting question. In this match is during Ramadan.
Yeah.
And some of the players are doing the fasting.
Yeah.
The I think it's 50 or probably 40, 60 players are Muslims.
Okay, yeah. Bahrain as well.
Bahrain almost 100%.
Yeah, 100% Muslim.
Yeah. But no, in Indonesia club, in Indonesia players.
Yeah.
the naturalization, some of them are not fasting because they're not Muslims. Some of them are Muslims. So, what do you want to say about that? Is there going to be less energy? Or probably
more energy.
More energy.
You know, I don't know if you saw. There's a basketball player, Kyrie Irving, in NBA. He's breaking records. And they said to him, "How are you achieving this during Ramadan?" He said, "Allah is with me, makes it easy."
Mashallah.
Breaking records from when he's not fasting. You look at there's a player for Manchester United, Mazraoui, Moroccan player. The Manchester United coach said, "This guy is not human," because yesterday's game was before he broke his fast. He played 90 minutes, no water, and this guy, he runs. So I think, again, if you do Ramadan with the right intentions, you will get the rewards. If you think Ramadan is just a dietary exercise, look at me, guys, I don't eat, I'm still alive. You will struggle, and you will struggle hard. But if your heart is with Allah and your mind is with Allah, Allah will give us the strength.
MashaAllah. Yeah, I heard a story about how Rasulullah SAW, the Prophet Muhammad, they had, if I'm going to say, how many wars, and all of the wars that he won is in Ramadan.
Crazy.
So it means the energy is in maximum capacity.
It's true. You know, even with Hijra Fest, bro, I was thinking, like, the first week of Ramadan, I struggled. Normally I have coffee in the morning. I'm waking up, I'm like, my brain's not like firing, you know. I said, Waseem, 2 weeks you have Hijra Fest, like, you're going to be fasting. How are you going to do this? No coffee. Like, in my head, I'm like, how? When I done Hijra Fest, I had the most energy, the most mental clarity. And I was like, Alhamdulillah. But 2 weeks before I was in my house, I was thinking, imagine you go on stage, your mind goes blank. I already asked you a question, you're like, guys.
Okay, talking about Hijra, is that first time for you to meet people and looking at you,
but you
and
know,
wanting to know about you, things like that?
Yeah, but you know, bro, in the car to Hijra Fest, you know, I think Bang Bang, he asked me, are you nervous? I said, no. He said, why? Bro, Allah's with us, chill. And then I was just playing Ayatul Kursi in the taxi on the way there. But when I saw it, I was like, I'm with my brother. Me and you have amazing conversations. Bro, it felt so easy. But from Allah, bro.
Yes, of course, of course.
But 2 weeks before, I was in my house like, Hijra Fest. Fasting. No coffee. But alhamdulillah, bro.
Like everybody, they accept you like they have known you before. I mean, it was like you're not strangers. It was like a family. I mean, they're so. I mean, they lovely eyes looking at you like they're wanting to know more about you, things like that. Oh, that's beautiful. I mean, because the aura, the atmosphere you spread, mashallah, mashallah.
But bro, this is Islam, bro, and I think this is like why I love Indonesia, because the humility and humbleness of the people is the true principles of humanity. And when I come to Indonesia, like when I give salam, even like there's Christian people I'll meet and they'll be like, Selamat berpuasa. I'm like, oh, are you Muslim? They're like, no, but we want you to have happy fasting. I'm like, wow. Like in Europe, we don't have that. We don't have it the same way. So I think, bro, honestly, I hope the world learns a lot from Indonesia for those values, because it makes life a lot more easier. And it's the principles of Islam. You give salam, peace be upon you, you get it back.
Masya Allah. It means prayer,
Masya
Allah. Terima kasih teman-teman semuanya untuk yang menyaksikan tayangan ini. Monggo silakan langsung aja yang belum kenal atau baru kenal, follow atau subscribe YouTube dari Waseem. Waseem Way.
Waseem Way.
Both of them. YouTube.
Everything Waseem's Way.
Dan teman-teman, jika dirasa menarik, monggo silahkan share sebanyak-banyaknya tayangan ini dan ambil kisah-kisah baik dan juga nilai-nilai baik di share sama Waseem semuanya. Sampai ketemu lagi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.